And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. Well, a chance to check out some stats for James Harden.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the center position. And for the 76ers, they've got Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. And looking at tonight's teams, RJ, they have rosters filled with veteran players.
I was on a few teams like this, Kevin, and it's just great for the locker room. Guys are usually willing to accept their roles and understand how to win.
Now here's Harden to the paint. Misses in close. Here's Philadelphia. Here's George. It's rebounded by Leonard. Oubre against Powell. And Leonard has it in the corner. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Now, I asked him how they plan to limit the effectiveness of Kawhi Leonard. Coach said the thing with Kawhi is that even if you're able to slow him down offensively, he'll find a way to impact the game with his defense. He's one of the best two-way players the game has ever seen. So they won't have a moment's rest tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Embiid with a screen on Powell. And here's George for 3. It's good from long range.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Powell against George. Leonard draws the double. Shot clock at 6. Harden surveying the D. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Zubac, a screen on Maxey. And the dunk by Zubac.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Grimes. Maxey kicks to Oubre. Off target with his 3. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Here's George. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's Embiid, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
We see this so often. Embiid makes a strong move, drawing contact, and completes the play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Jones checked in for the Clippers.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Embiid. With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career, but he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs.
And you know, for Los Angeles, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Here's Grimes. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to Chicago. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
The first free throw is good. Well, RJ, this is exactly how you want to end the season, right? Both of these teams fighting for playoff position.
It's amazing how after an entire season of games, your seeding can be determined tonight. Shows you how close things are in the NBA at any given moment.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Good on both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
George against Leonard. Here's Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And it's good for two.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now, here's Oubre. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Maxey, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. 1:30 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Jones. Oubre with the steal. George with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Here's Grimes. There's the pick. Another shot. No good that time. The Clippers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Harden outside. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Wheeling that ball in. Tyrese Maxey has a nose for points.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Amir Coffey comes in for Norman Powell. And Simmons subbed in for James Harden. Free throw good, Maxey. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it. That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Edwards passes to Yabusele. Embiid inside. Zubac defending. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Your 76er, number 12, Jared Butler.
There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Jones with the screen on Butler. Here's Simmons. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And no good on the last second attempt this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. They're up by 3. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers. Spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
So it's Philadelphia now. They trail by 3, so with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Bogdanovich out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Coffey in at the small forward.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
And for the Clippers, they're shooting well, 50% from the floor. Simmons against Butler. From 10 feet out, and there's Bogdanovich. That's good on the assist by Simmons.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Simmons against Butler. Here's Embiid. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. 3-point lead. Here's Zubac. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Edwards inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first.
And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And that one misses. Los Angeles making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Outside, Bogdanovich. Embiid with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Butler against Jones. Butler passes to Embiid. To the middle, and stolen by Dunn. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. That one good for 2. Now, here's Butler. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Pass to Embiid. Fires it up. Doesn't go that time. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Bogdanovich from 13 feet. It goes down. Bogdanovich has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's cash. Bogdanovich is a legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range.
Embiid with a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's McCain. Up and in on the layup. McCain's got his first bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Inside, here's Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
A nice shot by McCain.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together, involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, DA, thanks. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. Fourth, the Clippers.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Dunn finds Harden. Here's Coffey, defended by George. Coffey passes to Harden. Cans it from downtown. Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Pass to Grimes. Up top, Maxey. Guarded by Harden. Maxey, no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Harden kicks to Dunn. Leonard with the ball. He's covered by Maxey. And it's Leonard missing. The 76ers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Here's Leonard. Philadelphia able to drain the 3.
And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you, owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Pass to Embiid. Now Oubre. Philadelphia moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Embiid sets the pick for George. The tray. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard kicks to Harden. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, Harden has always been a top facilitator, but in recent years, he's adopted even more of a pass-first mindset.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Jones. And it's Powell in for Amir Coffey.
Brotherly love to your 76ers youth dance team.
Here's Oubre. 52 seconds left in the first half. Good, nice job down low.
Crafty at cashing it in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Zubac, a screen on George. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. 6 to shoot. Harden draws the double. Deflects the pass. Here's Dunn. That 3 off the mark. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Dunn against George. Maxey with it. Providing around 26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night. Lets it go from deep. That one's not going to go. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Clippers lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully start making some of them.
Well, you can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello and welcome. Let's get right into it. The story tonight is a tight matchup for the Clippers after 2 quarters.
Their bench has been strong. Guys coming in, accepting their roles, playing well in the minutes they're getting.
I'll take your word on this one, Kenny. You're the backup expert.
And now, as the season winds down, a look at the Western Conference picture.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, last week of the season. They want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We've got Oubre. He's out there with Paul George. Tyrese Maxey out there with Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Hard to talk about a guy who can completely take over. Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, I love his energy. I love his focus. I love his love for the game. He is relentless. What's amazing is that there's still so much upside there, Kevin.
Now, here's Leonard. Shoots the 3. Bring it up for Kawhi Leonard from 3.
Just another place you have to take Leonard seriously. He's so capable from the outside.
Grimes with the bucket. Grimes has got his second bucket of the night.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Harden finds Zubats. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
What an athlete Harden is. Gets off the ground so fast to hammer it down.
The 76ers trail by 5. Maxey looking it over. Pass to Embiid. Now George. 5 to shoot. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 5.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Leonard kicks to Powell. The 3. Leonard no luck. And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Count that one. Grimes has got 4 points in the quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Now, here's Dunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. On the wing, George. Guarded by Powell. For the lead. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
With the way that Embiid moves at 280 pounds, I don't know how anyone defends that man.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Taking 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Shooting over 80% from the line during his career, Embiid is not only one of the best free throw shooting centers in the league today, he's one of the best all time.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
stats for Leonard. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. Averaging 25 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, they rely on his production night in and night out. There are times when he absolutely carries them.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Dunn kicks to Leonard. Shoots off the step back. Oubre pulls it in. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Pass to Embiid. The big man Embiid converts inside.
This is why they feed Embiid. His teammates trust his ability to get the job done.
Harden outside. Harden draws the double. Zubac in the post. Embiid's there. Leonard with no one around. And the Clippers miss again. Oubre passes to Maxey. Comes up empty down low. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Harden on the wing. Pass to Dunn. Now Powell, defended by George. Dunn sets a screen for Powell. Back to Dunn. 4 on the shot clock. Screen by Zubac. And they get it. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Zubac has got 6.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Maxey finds Embiid. Here's Embiid slashing inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on James Harden. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And, you know, another thing that's really been working for them tonight is the mid-range. They're having no problem finding shots in that area.
And Embiid, no good on that one.
It's tough to find things to not love about Embiid's game. It's so complete. He's a true two-way player who is a nightmare you have to deal with on both ends.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Grimes. He's covered by Leonard. Shoots it. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Good on the shot.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Maxey against Harden. Another miss by Philadelphia. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the connection Leonard has with his guys. Knows when to go for that alley-oop.
Harden against Maxey. Pass to McCain. Embiid with a screen on Powell. McCain's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Leonard the pass to Jones. Back to Leonard. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Aggressive move inside from Kawhi.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half, getting to his spots, executing with ease.
Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Over Harden. And it's, yeah, oh, wow, he
resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back to the action in just a minute. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Bogdanovich out there with Dunn. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Coffey in at the 3-side. Now Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Butler finds Embiid. Back to Butler. Embiid sets the pick for Butler. Philadelphia needs to get a shot on it. And here's Edwards from the arc. And the 3-ball is good. Edwards got it all tied up now for Philadelphia. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leonard draws the double. Good D by Embiid.
First shot on Yabusele. That's his first personal foul.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Pass to Leonard. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Embiid.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into fouling.
Kawhi Leonard taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really help make an impact on that end.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for Edwards. No good on the second free throw.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Grimes passes to Butler. Pass to Embiid. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Done shots, good.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Butler deciding where to go with it. Pass to Embiid. Fade away. The 76ers again can't hit it. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Outside Leonard. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Embiid with the screen on Bogdanovich. And the shot goes in from Embiid. Embiid's got 10 points in just the second half.
The team just loves to see Embiid fired up on offense like this. They really rely on his scoring ability.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
Sixers, ENT.
1 And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Jones. Powell comes in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Bogdanovich. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. Let's see if they can pull it off, guys.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Leonard. Shoots over Oubre. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Leonard's got 11 points here in just the second half. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Pass to George. Oubre against Leonard. Embiid with the screen on Leonard. Here's Oubre. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Kelly Oubre Jr.
Free throw, good, Oubre. And both free throws, good for Oubre. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Oubre passes to Embiid. Shoots over Zubac. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Oubre. Embiid's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Maxey. To take the lead. Harden grabs the miss. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Powell finds Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Very difficult to just stop Kawhi inside. He's a powerful player who commits to his attacks.
2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. Both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
Pass to Embiid.
Such a physical player. Hard not to get into it with Embiid when you're covering him.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so he hits both.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Leonard inside, covered by Oubre. Leonard no luck. Here's Grimes. Pass to George. To take the lead. Physical play by Embiid inside.
The guy you want to have the ball. Embiid, this man is a superstar.
Here's Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers. The 76ers lead. George with the ball. Well guarded by Dunn. And George kicks to Oubre. Puts it up. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Dunn. George with the steal. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. That one, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's the Clippers' ball. And the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Here's Embiid. Good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 4. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
.23 seconds left in the fourth. Zubac, a screen on Maxey. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Coming up big in the clutch. Harden, you know he loves these moments.
And so they foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
At the line for your Sixers, Quentin Two shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, it's a 3-point game.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
You must have left your dancing shoes at home. Let's see those dance moves.
Here's Dunn. Now Leonard fires away from way outside. Can't get the three to fall. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for your Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game out.
A deep three from Leonard. No good. So the 76ers win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
We've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Hey, thanks very much, Joel. Quality night offensively. How do you evaluate your performance?
Efficiency-wise, I've been struggling a little bit lately, so, this game was about just letting the game come to me. And I felt like I did that. My teammates found me. We got through it. We got the win. That's the most important thing.
Winning ugly is better than losing pretty, right? Congrats. Thanks. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And so for Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in to watch the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Joel Embiid.